Okay, so I still have, I'll just move you back. I still have this lower area of the pear to do. And that's a very warm, darker colour moving into a cooler colour. So I'm going to add burnt sienna mixed with my brown that I made in the beginning. Got a bit of yellow ochre on my brush here. And I'm going to blend that into the lovely brown colour that I've just added. Okay, and then it starts getting a bit cooler as we get down to here, so I want to start adding a little bit more blue. That'll also make our colour a bit more neutral as we go from warmer to cooler. And what it's telling the viewer as we go cooler is that it's a shadow. When we go warmer, it's revealing the colour of the pear. So up here where it's more light, we want it warmer because the light is giving evidence to the warm mustardy colour of the pear. And as we move away into a shadow, we want to go a bit cooler so that the viewer knows that we're heading into shadow rather than an actual colour change in the pear. And I'm going back to that very dark colour we made in the beginning. I'm adding it in places where I want a bit of depth. I want to add a bit of shape. So I want it to look like there's a shadow under the pear, but then it curves up into the little, the little bum bit. I don't know what it's called. I've always called it the bum bit. That bit. Okay, so I'm fairly happy with that. Could be a little happier. Alright, I'm going to grab my number 2 brush now because I don't like that lighting. I sort of skimmed through it because I wanted to work my way across and down, but I didn't give enough attention to it and I'm really not happy with how it is. So I'm just using some paint cleanup to wash out my number 2 brush. I'm putting it back into this now paint-filled linseed oil, just dabbing it in, get rid of that paint cleanup because I don't want to be doing paint cleanup on my painting. It's going to absolutely ruin my painting. So I want to get it nice and oiled up and then I'm just going to wipe it off my rag. I'm just going to have a good look at the colour I want to make. So it looks very pink, very peachy. I might add a bit of yellow ochre. I might add a bit more crimson. I might add a bit more white. And that should give me a nice warm peachy colour. I even add just a touch of lemon yellow. Sort of a pinky peachy yellowy colour. I'm going to just very softly drag that in. And then I'm just going to pull some white over the top, really show that highlight. Right, you can see that that highlight's not blended in at all, so I'm just rubbing the paint off of my brush. Then I'm coming back to feather that out. No, it's too much yellow, it's too much white and yellow on my brush, and it's not working for blending, so I'm just dipping my brush over a more mustardy colour, neutral mustardy colour. Now I'm going to try and use that to blend that in. Just very soft, I'm just going over the light, and that should soften up my colours. Right, and I'm just grabbing some yellow ochre and working it into both sides of this colour. For some reason, I think I've put too much linseed oil on and it's pulling the paint off the canvas, which is annoying. Now I'm just going to pull that shadow through this edge here. So it's possible I'm either not using enough paint or I've used too much linseed oil. Not sure which one. Either way, it may be something I might come back to a bit later on. Remember what I said, if something's not working for you, don't push it. Don't stick with it for too long, because it's not, if you're not in the right headspace for it, it's probably not going to come to you. I'll just give this a go. Not too happy about that again. Maybe that will work better once I blend that in. I'm happier with that. I'm not super happy with that, but I'm happier with that. I feel like the temperature's all wrong. I think it needs to be slightly cooler. I've added no blue in that whatsoever. Let's just add a little bit of blue. See if we can just cool that temperature down a bit. And again, if you're struggling to find the right colour and you're not sure if your pair's working or there's something not sitting right with you about it, remember to take a photo of it with your phone, with your camera, and then change it to black and white, and then you'll know if it's working or not. Right, this is quite literally my last attempt at this until I'm gonna give it away. Nice, there we go. So I've just taken the temperature down slightly. I just made that temperature too high, and that works a lot better. I'm going to use that yellow ochre to translate those higher values to the lower values. Because I want people to know that this pair is a Bosch pair. I want it to have that very mustardy appeal. It will by the time we're done, don't worry. with that. So, actually, I take it back. I'm not happy. I'm going to add more white because I really want that pear to look like you just want to rip into it and eat it. And a bit more white will just give a bit more definition. If you want it to look like a shine, don't blend it in too much. I want a bit more of a mottly sort of a shine on my pear, not a straight glassy shine. And like the ball, I'm going to keep adding white into the middle until I really get that value change. Okay, there you go. Alright, oops, I think I've knocked the camera about 3 times, sorry about that. Alright, so we've got our pear done. What time is it? Alright, I think it's just about time to finish for today. Yes, so the pear looks very greeny at the moment, partly because we are going for the cooler shades, but it looks very green because in relationship to the background is very warm because you have burnt umber in the background, which is not necessarily a neutral colour. So because you've got this pear right next to this very red background, the pear is going to look much cooler and much greener, and that's good. That's what you want because then you know you've got the right colour. When we put it up against a very different colour background by the time we're done and we've got the leaves done, you'll see that the pear will look very warm compared to the rest of the painting. I think we might leave the leaves and this part of the cloth until tomorrow. So we'll do the leaves and the cloth tomorrow. That's Thursday, and then Friday we'll do the background. So just focus on your pear for today. Make sure that you're happy with your values, and yeah, let me know how you go. Make sure you send me in some photos of your progress. And yeah, again, any questions that you have, please send them my way. And remember that it's all about practice. It's all about practice. And use some of the tips I've given you and play with your colours and see how you go. All right, everyone. We will see you tomorrow. Take care.